What's going on, everybody? Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding everybody well. In today's video, we are going to be tackling a tag concept forwarded over to me from the homies D4G, aka Destined for Greatness, GrownManStyle, as well as Tyler with Simply Fragrance. What I have been commissioned to do is to put together a list of fragrances which I deem to be black bottle bangers, and what I ultimately interpreted that to mean was basically a list of some of my favorite fragrances that come in a black bottle.
And I'm also gonna backdoor and tag my guy Mike over at iSMELL. Mike, holla at me. Whatever black bottle fragrances you got, put them out there.
iSMELL. Go ahead and grab you however many black bottles and let's jump on the bandwagon.
I'm gonna tag Mike from iSMELL.
And seeing as I'm not the type of person to shy away from a challenge, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. What I have for y'all are 5 fragrances, 5 black bottle bangers. Every single one of these are fragrances that smell amazing. You should get your nose on at the very least. I'm not here to waste too much of y'all's time, so let's jump right on into it. The first fragrance that I'm gonna be showcasing today is quite possibly the most iconic aquatic scent profile to have ever been released in the past couple decades. This is one that I deem to be a quintessential for every serious fragrance collector. Fragrance number 1 comes from the iconic house of Giorgio Armani. The name of this fragrance is Acqua di Gio Profumo. All right, so for as great as the OG Acqua di Gio is and was, this one here is so much better. It is the Acqua di Gio for the modern man. The main notes that I pick up on Acqua di Gio Profumo include sea notes, incense, bergamot, patchouli, sage, and rosemary. In terms of the scent profile itself, it retains the easy breezy salty aquatic vibe of the original, but what they did was modernize the DNA with the inclusion of both incense as well as patchouli, which matures the DNA. It rounds it out in general. It's the evolution of Acqua di Gio. So a smaller bottle of Acqua di Gio nowadays is going to run you somewhere in the ballpark of $85, and the big hefty 4.2 is going to run you somewhere in the range of $120. It's not at the retail spots anymore, so you might have to hit the resale market. Nonetheless, it's an excellent fragrance. It's a fragrance which I deem to not only be a black bottle banger, but a quintessential in every serious fragrance collector's arsenal. It's one that, if I was to lose every fragrance in my collection, it's the type of fragrance you could build the rest of your fragrance collection around again once you reacquired. Definitely a black bottle banger, in my opinion, at the number 1 spot. From the house of Giorgio Armani, we have Acqua di Gio Profumo. Okay, so the second fragrance that we're gonna be talking about today just so happens to be my wife's favorite fragrance on me, and is one that absolutely shines during the colder months of the year. Fragrance number 2 comes from Tom Ford. The name of this fragrance is Black Orchid. So I will say right out of the gate that this isn't going to be for everybody, as it does lean a bit feminine, more so in the opening than when it dries down. But if you're looking for a bold, sexy, mysterious, dark fragrance that's gonna again shine during the colder months of the year and can be used as a signature scent, this is definitely one worth a sniff. There is going to be a ton of listed notes in Tom Ford's Black Orchid, so instead of listing every single one, what I'm gonna do is just tell you the main notes to my nose that I pick up on, and that's going to be truffle, chocolate, patchouli, orchid, incense, as well as spices. Now, several of the notes that I just listed right now are fantasy notes, and by fantasy notes, I mean they don't organically exist in the world. It smells great. So at first sniff though, it might come across as a bit synthetic, but don't get that twisted with it smelling bad, because that couldn't be further from the truth. When this fragrance opens up, it opens up dark, mysterious, sexy, floral, and sweet, a bit on the feminine side. Give it some time, let it dry down. It does become more masculine and starts to move in the direction of being a gourmand. It kind of sits in that space for a while and then becomes smoky and earthy because of the incense and patchouli. A smaller size bottle is going to run you right around 85, and the bigger full size presentation is going to run you somewhere in the ballpark of 150. But this is a fragrance that you're going to get excellent performance. You won't have to overspray, and it's going to have a high likability factor, and it's going to make you smell unique. You're not going to smell like everybody else. This is a great date night fragrance for winter. Definitely a fragrance which I deem to be a black bottle banger, in my opinion. At the number 2 spot from Tom Ford, we have Tom Ford's Black Orchid. All right, so in regards to fragrance number 3, I'm not sure if it's the biggest banger on this list. I'll let y'all be the judge of that, but it is without a doubt the most banged up bottle that I currently have in my collection. Fragrance number 3 comes from Bulgari. The name of this fragrance is Man in Black. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of how that happened, but at the end of the day, the atomizer doesn't distribute evenly, so I've had to resort to putting it into decants, which kind of sucks, but I mean, again, it's a first world problem. Assuming you've smelt Viktor & Rolf's Spice Bomb, you kind of have a good baseline as to what Man in Black is doing. It's by no means a clone, but you can tell Alberto Moreales was following that trend when he created this fragrance. The main notes to my nose that I pick up on is going to be tobacco, spices, rum, leather, Gaiac wood, as well as tonka. In terms of how it smells, it's fairly straightforward. You're getting spicy, boozy tobacco with floral leather in the background, and then in the dry down, it does have sweet, warm woods. It's a beautiful fragrance all in all, although I will admit it doesn't have the best performance, but what it lacks in longevity, it certainly makes up for in the likability factor, as this is a fragrance that more often than not does give me compliments. I do get positive attention when I wear this fragrance. A bottle's gonna run you around $85 to $100 at the moment, and you can basically go to any Macy's and pick up a bottle assuming they have stock. It's definitely a fragrance that I deem to be a black bottle banger. At the number 3 spot from Bulgari, we have Man in Black. Okay, so moving on to fragrance number 4. This is one that the homie D4G also featured in his tag video, which all I can say to that is great minds think alike. Fragrance number 4 comes from the car manufacturer Mercedes. The name of this one is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. All right, so I won't be doing too deep of a dive into this one, as it is one that I have already featured in a previous video. If anybody is interested in checking out that video, I will leave a marker up there. What I will say about Club Black is that outside of maybe Mercedes-Benz Cologne, it does remain to be one of my favorite fragrances coming from them. In terms of the listed notes, what you're gonna get is bergamot, vanilla, benzoin, incense, woods, as well as ambroxan. Now this one opens up bright and effervescent because of that bergamot note. Then in the heart, you are going to have that balsamic vanilla that retains throughout the core of the fragrance. Then when it dries down, you get that smoky incense. All the while that ambroxan works to kind of push out the composition and elevate the scent profile in general. It's an excellent fragrance. The price proposition is great. $65 at the most is what you should pay for this fragrance, which is excellent in my opinion. It's a fragrance that I deem to be a black bottle banger. At the number 4 spot from Mercedes-Benz, we have Club Black. All right, so last but not least, and if you are still watching, big salute. I really do appreciate you. This last one is going to appeal to those of y'all that love iris fragrances. Fragrance number 5 comes from the house of Givenchy. The name of this one is Givenchy Gentleman EDP. So if you're looking for a sexy, sweet, powdery fragrance with dark undertones, this one is highly regarded by many, including myself, to be one of the best designer irises in the game. The notable notes in Givenchy Gentleman EDP is going to include orris, tolu balsam, black pepper, vanilla, benzoin, as well as lavender. In terms of how this one smells, it's sweet, powdery, dark, resinous, creamy vanilla, and has a sweet, woody dry down. It's a beautiful fragrance, assuming of course you do love iris fragrance. I do enjoy that the fact that this one is both elegant, masculine at the same time. It's a fragrance that you can dress up, dress down. Excellent performance. It checks all the boxes in terms of what you would want from a black bottle beast. The price proposition is good. It smells great. It lasts a long time, has a high likability factor, and the presentation is very clean. Definitely a fragrance that I deem to be a black bottle beast. At the number 5 spot, last but not least, from the house of Givenchy, we have Givenchy Gentleman EDP. All right, you guys, so that pretty much wraps it up for me. Those are 5 fragrances which I deem to be black bottle bangers. I want to thank everybody who included me in this tag. I really do appreciate it. Time to forward this tag on over. I am going to keep this tag open, so if anybody wants to hop on at this point, by all means, feel free to do so, but I do want to forward it over to a couple people just to keep it moving. Those two people are going to be OG Russell Mack. If you have not done this tag yet, by all means, feel free to do so. And the homie and good friend Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. I would love to hear which fragrances you deem to be black bottle bangers. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It's like a gentlemanly agreement. Here's the exchange. I provide you free content. If you've watched more than one of my videos, you subscribe. Seems like a gentlemanly exchange. Wouldn't you agree? I agree. So for those of y'all that did watch to the end of the video, as you know by now, I do like to do my giveaways at the very end. I don't like to announce them. This is what I want y'all to do. Make sure you're subscribed, obviously, and let me know in the comments which fragrance you would like me to send you free of charge. Just live in the United States. I will send that to you free of charge. Just my way of saying thank you for watching the full video. I really do love and appreciate the support. I have a really cool collaboration coming down the pipe. I'm really hoping to get that to you very soon. Until next time, you guys, y'all take care. Stay safe. Good luck on the giveaway. Bye.